Hi guys, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about different types of movies. Not genres or, different types of horror movies. Different releases. Because as a lot of you know out there, there are a lot of versions of specific films that are out of print or a little uncommon or kind of rare, hard to find. So I picked out 5 from my collection. Now, I have some other different ones that I'm going to kind of do topics about in the future. I could also do, like, hey, here's all my Friday the 13th, here's all my Halloweens, stuff like that. But I decided today just to do a little bit of variety and show you some of these more interesting versions. You may have seen some of these, but you may not have seen at least one of these. So stick around because you're going to think it's pretty interesting. So we're going to start off with, I think, one of the most common ones that people probably know about, and that's Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness. Now, back in the day, this was probably a harder to find DVD. It's the director's cut of the original ending of Army of Darkness, which we'll get to in a second. This is the official bootleg edition. Now, out of all the movies, I do believe Army of Darkness has seen the most releases, which is odd because I know this has a following, but I know that it's probably less of a following than Evil Dead 1 and 2, especially since you have like the Necronomicon editions of those. Anchor Bay's put out different versions of the first one and the second one. Then you got like the Blu-rays, the laser discs. But this movie has a lot of different versions. I have a ton on the shelf back there. But we'll get those in another video. But this one is 96 minutes of excess. Yeah. So 15 minutes of additional footage, including the original ending. So I think you can watch it without the deleted scenes added, but I mean, what's the point? This is the reason you're watching it. Now, the deleted scenes, some of them, they add a little extra, but it's nothing that you're really missing out on. The ending, though, is where it gets unique. Now, spoiler, if you don't want to know, I'm sure you can track down a version of this. It's not incredibly rare. But, so at the end of the original Army of Darkness, he gets to go back to his time, and, he's in S-Mart, the demon, the Deadite attacks, suck on this, or something like that. But in this version, I believe he drinks a potion. It's been a while since I've seen this version specifically, but he drinks like a potion that's supposed to, he'll sleep until he wakes up in his time, and then he ends up oversleeping, because of course he does, and he wakes up in like a apocalyptic future, and he's like, ah, and it's ridiculous, but it's really funny. I can see why they didn't do it because it was kind of a depressing ending. You want to see him get back. You want to see him, save the day, be his normal schlocky self. So, but it's just a unique one because it looks like it's made of a brown paper bag. It's obviously not, but it's pretty unique. Next up, we have another one that's probably a little more common, but I don't know if there's too many physical versions of this. There may be one in the box set, but this is the Halloween TV cut, the extended edition, featuring 12 minutes of footage not before seen. The shot for television scenes. Now, if you've seen the TV version of Halloween, it's actually one of those rare instances where they add some scenes that actually give the movie a little more depth. Aside from all the stuff where Jamie Lee Curtis is on the phone with her friend, you can cut some of that. You don't need the extra scenes of her talking and saying, "Oh, I'm creeped out." We get it. But there's extra scenes of Michael as a child in Smith's Grove Sanitarium. You get Loomis' famous line. They should have kept it. I don't know why they didn't keep it in the movie, where he's pleading with them like, "Hey, you got to keep him locked up," and they're like, "No, we're gonna ship him away. We're gonna transfer him." And Loomis is like, he walks into Michael's room. He's like, "You fooled them, haven't you? But not me." And I'm like, that's such a good moment. Why would you not leave that in the original movie? Other than that, the movie is pretty much shot for shot. It's the same thing. You're not going to get any new music. You're not going to get any new dialogue. Just some bonus deleted scenes thrown in. But it overall adds to the Halloween experience. And, who doesn't want more of the Halloween experience? So if you can get your hands on the TV cut of Halloween, go for it. And there's also a TV cut of part 2 and I believe part 3. I know I have the part 2 TV cut. I do one day want to watch those back to back just to see how well they mesh compared to the original theatrical ones. And I think 3 had a TV cut. I can't remember. I probably have it. I think it's the Scream Factory one. It's probably back there. But yeah, so there you go. The TV cut of Halloween. Next up, this is one that I saw at a convention and it was fairly priced. Um, yeah, this is such a weird one. And I do believe it's a foreign release because I'm seeing a lot of Hong Kong writing on the back. But it's Warner Home Video, of course. And that is Friday the 13th. Now, look at that artwork. That is like some clip art, if I've ever seen it. Um, it's better than some of the other art that I've seen for some of the franchise going forward. Especially when you get into the later, like the Universal Studios, was it? No, it's not Universal. It's Paramount. Paramount. Um, why is this Warner Brothers though? That's very odd. I just realized this. I'm gonna have to pop this in. I haven't even checked out the DVD menu yet. I need to check out the DVD menu on this. But you got this little tagline on the front. They were warned. They are doomed. And on Friday the 13th, nothing will save them. It's got a documentary, Return to Crystal Lake, The Making of Friday the 13th. Interactive menus, trailer, scenes, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. It's a pretty unique edition. The only thing, it's got like the clasp thing, which is kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. And then you got that. So, it's not a bad edition. Definitely unique. I hadn't seen it before, so I was like, I gotta get this. I don't care how many versions of Friday the 13th I have. Can't have enough. I should show those in a video. I did it on my older channel before, but here we are. This is a new channel, so new people watching. So next up, we have another top biller. We have Nightmare on Elm Street VHS. Now you're like, oh, that's a standard VHS, but then you say, whoa, it's a 2-tape edition. Ooh, fat boy. And not only that, you open it up, it's got like see if I can do it. It's got a gatefold, and it's got like some info in there. So this is the limited collector's edition, digitally remastered deluxe 2-tape edition. Let's see what it's got. Tape 1 has the original film, theatrical trailers, and television spots. And then tape 2 has deleted and alternate scenes, alternate takes and endings, and work prints and FX tests. Now, some of this stuff, I don't even know if this is on like DVD releases. It might be on like the big Nightmare on Elm Street box set. Definitely not the tape version, but maybe the DVD one. I'll have to check that one out sometime. I've been curious to go through that and watch some of the behind the scenes, like the encyclopedia stuff. The old DVD menus on that Freddy box set are pretty wild. But I know this, and maybe on one of the Laserdiscs, I'm not sure. It has one of the original scenes that they cut out, I believe, where they were trying to link Nancy to like the children that died before that Freddy killed, saying like, "Oh, that was your younger sibling," and kind of give Nancy more of a reason to be, going after Krueger. But it's like, you don't need all that extra stuff. He was already fine to begin with. This story was scary enough. So glad they cut that, but it's always nice when they cut stuff from movies that they have it as an extra scene so you can watch it. Some movies like to add it like, hey, watch it with the deleted scenes. A great example of a movie that people have been dying to get where it's like add those scenes back in is Friday the 13th Part 7. Man, that subtitle, it's escaping me. Sorry. The New Blood. The New Blood. That's the one with Tina, and she's psychic, and it's just that film got butchered by the MPA, or MPAA, whatever. The movie association, the guys who was like, oh, these Friday the 13th movies are sleaze. It didn't help that, Siskel and Ebert at the time were basically panning these movies whenever they came out. Just like, oh, they suck, get them out of here. So by that time, and this was the first film that Kane Hodder was on. Now, he did a great job, good performance, but that movie got butchered. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I'm getting sidetracked because that film always gets under my skin because I'm like, man, those kills would have been great. But last but not least, now, like I said, I got some more stuff. I'll do a future video. We'll show off some different versions, or maybe I can do some collections. Like if you want to see my Halloween or my Friday 13th or Puppet Master, which brings me to the final film, Puppet Master in 3D. What? This is distributed exclusively by Razor Digital Entertainment. I don't think I've ever heard of them. It has the 2D and 3D version of the enclosed features. 3D version requires electronic 3D shutter glasses. Electronic 3D shutter glasses. What? I don't think I've ever heard of those. I thought it was just the old, the red and blue ones. Yeah, because it actually literally comes with a pair of them. And instantly when I saw this, I thought it was like a bootleg. And then I saw in 3D and I'm like, what? I don't think I've tried watching this yet. I need to pop it in and see what it's like. See if you can actually even use the 3D glasses that are in here. Or whatever the hell electronic 3D shutter glasses are. If you guys know, comment down below. Let me know where to look for those. Maybe I'll look them up on eBay. I'm definitely not going to buy them. Yeah, it just sounds complicated. But there you go. There's 5 different versions of some movies that I have. Let me know. What do you want to see next? Do you want to see me go after one of my franchises? Do you want to see me talk about some more of my tapes, some more of my collections, like my masks and stuff? I've just basically been doing these videos as they come to me like, hey, this sounds like something cool to talk about. Let's do it. Now, I have some ideas for the future, but some of those have to wait because the timing and stuff that I'm waiting on personally to talk about. I do want to talk about some of the magazines a little more in depth. I know I did the haul video showing those off, but I'd like to go through those and, talk about the differences between them all. But we'll save that for future videos. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks to the new people who've been subscribing. It really means a lot that you guys are enjoying the content, checking out the videos. I'm not here to, make any money or anything, but hey, if I make a little money doing it, that's cool. I'm just doing it because this is stuff that I really enjoy and I want to share what I love with you guys and hopefully show you some stuff that you've either never seen or some stuff that will inspire you to check out some movies, some series, and say, hey, you know what? I like horror too. Why not? Let's dive in. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.